Old-Fashioned Love. Chapter 8. Seeds. She's really a softie after all, I thought to myself as she kissed me back. I never guessed that Dash would have been one of the tender side of things when we started dating, but since then, all the little glances and soft touches had ended up into a more complex side of Rainbow. If nothing else, the fact that she went through the lengths that she did to set up that hang gliding session a while back to share her love of flying with me, she should have cinched it. Her hands posted themselves on either side of my head as she pulled away. Reluctantly, I might add. I saw her wings gently move above her, giving her a slightly angelic look. I felt my pony ear twitch again. You have any idea what that does to me? She whispered softly to me, her wingtip coming down to brush against my cheek. I grinned. I think so, I said just as softly. Same thing you do to me when you kiss me like that. She leaned down and rested her forehead against mine, a content smile on her lips. We're quite the pair, eh? She whispered, before sliding to the side, her wings stretching out to cover me in its embrace. The farm girl and the hotshot, eh? It's not that odd, I replied. Should have seen sooner the amount of similarities we got. Huh? She grunted. Primary is spreading slightly. Farming and competition ain't that different, Ace, I said, seeing the quirk of her mouth at the nickname. We both have a goal that we train for in different ways. You train by running and working out, honing your body into efficient as a machine as you can. And it works, by the way. I trace a finger along the outline of one of her exposed abs, smiling as she twitches. I train by tilling the ground and making sure to keep the crops well watered. I continued. If the soil don't get the right balance, nothing will grow. Sometimes we'd add a bit to the soil to help the plants, just like you only eat protein bars to close the training sessions. That's more so I don't hurl after a heavy meal and the heat from exercising, she said, her eyes flashing. But I get your point. I slid a hand under her neck. My point is, I said, as she cuddled a little closer, we both have a lot in common. Like our height. AJ, she said. You're close to 6 feet. I'm a shrimp compared to you. Oh, I know that, I said. And I hate it sometimes, you know? Do you know how hard it is to find clothes that fit me? Just like you hate being comparatively short, even though you're not. I'm 5'5", she muttered. Our national average is about 5'3", I said. And you wear it good. You got a lot of power, and not a lot of mass to have to move. Her face became thoughtful. After a few moments, she looked at me. You really hate being tall? It ain't always awesome, I said. I kissed her forehead. Now I'm gonna go back to sleep. I gotta get up early and run out to the sunsets to help her install that new bookshelf for Twilight. She caught my face before I turned away, and kissed me in a way that made me wish I could stay up a little longer, her wing brushing against my cheek. So, you keep me in your dreams too, she said cheekily, closing her eyes. And boy howdy, did I. I brushed my hands against each other as we stepped back from the bookshelf, stained with a deep cherry finish, the cabinet next to one built into our wall. I glanced at the fiery-haired woman. You sure that's where you want it? Sunset nodded. It's been decided, she said, rolling her eyes slightly. I've got my orders after all. I'm only asking because there's not many studs behind it to secure it to, I said. Knowing Twilight, she'll likely load that thing full to the brim with textbooks. She pointed to the wall above the shelf where I saw a few lines lightly marked against the wall. I know, she said. I helped her find the studs before she chose. I laughed and picked up my drill. Well then, I said. I suppose we both got our orders then. After securing the shelf, on a short lunch for catching up, I headed back to my truck and climbed in. On the dash of my truck, tucked against the speedometer, was a small envelope with my initials on it. I picked it up and was mildly surprised at the weight of it. Opening it, I pulled out the letter. AJ, I'm not great at words or expressing my feelings, but you probably already know that. I'm better at showing rather than telling. So, I got you this. I know it's not much, but I wanted you to have it. I know our anniversary, or whatever you want to call it, isn't for a few weeks yet, but after the last few days, I don't want to wait any longer. Love you, Ace. I smiled at the letter and looked into the envelope and pulled out a small necklace with an apple charm on it. I felt my heart flutter a little as I slipped it on, letting it fall against my tank top I wore under my unbuttoned work shirt. What a coincidence, I said, reaching into the compartment under the seat and pulling out a small box. Opening it to see the custom bracelet that had both our cutie mark and the symbol she had and everything else engraved on it. What a coincidence indeed, I said, as I started the old pickup and shifted into drive.